guys, welcome to another video. Today we're celebrating my brother's
It's his 6th birthday.
Unfortunately he passed.
So we got a tradition. We're gonna go 6 balloons. Next year it'll be 7 balloons. Sort of like that. So here it goes.
Yes. Here, Carter. Yes. Don't let it go yet, Cayden.
Hold on to it. Alright. You good?
Yeah.
Wait. I will always remember this.
Alright. Happy birthday, Cayden.
Happy birthday,
Happy
Cayden.
birthday, Caydens.
Sending you some balloons, buddy.
Hope you have a nice time. What the?
He'll catch him. I'll get the camera.
Uh-oh, sorry.
Bye, balloons.
Bye, balloons.
Oh my goodness.
Are they gonna make it? They'll make it way past space.
Somebody gonna think that's UFOs. That's awesome.
We're gonna go nice here.
We're going to go on nice here.
Yeah. I can watch this all day. Me too. I want more blue. I want to my brother. Take on. I want more.
What's going on, guys? As you can see from the other night, was my son that passed away. It was his birthday. So we left balloons in the air today. It took us a couple of days to get back to this because this is a really emotional time of year for us as a family. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna share our story about Cayden, and it might get a little emotional, but bear with us. Then we're gonna cut his cake and sing happy birthday. But what's gonna happen is we're gonna let the kids. Well, we're gonna let Cameron give her perspective of it and how she's seen it from her eyes. Carter, he was a little young, but we're gonna try to use his memory as best as we can. And then I'll let Courtney share her side of the story, and I'll share my side of the story. So brace yourself, guys. This might be an emotional one. Gotta warn you. All right, so we're gonna start with Carter since he got the. I guess he was the youngest when it happened, so we'll go with his memory. Do you remember the day that me and Mommy came home, picked y'all up from Grandma's house, and we all came home, and then we told y'all about Cayden?
I don't remember that part, but I remember the part when we was at Grandma's house. Me too.
You being at Grandma's house, and they told you? Okay, so what do you remember?
I remember seeing his blanket.
Seeing his blanket. We bought his blanket from the hospital. We bought his blanket, his hat, his footprints. Yeah, that was all that's all we gathered up before we left the hospital. We was in there for a couple of days. So how do you feel knowing that you can have a 6-year-old little brother right now?
I feel like he's still with us, but like just like he's not really like here.
Speak up a little bit.
Yeah, that's it.
So you feel like he's still with us?
Mhm.
So that keeps your spirits up as far as that? Do you remember when we came home? Because you was a little older and you actually had some emotions that day.
I remember when we went to the hospital. I remember we was in the car.
Okay.
And we was going to the hospital. So Mommy had called Miss Tasha. Oh, should I say her name?
Yeah, you go.
She called Miss Tasha, and then she was like, I think I'm having a baby. We need to go to the hospital. And then she said, Cameron Carter, get ready. And then we got ready, and then we got in the car with Tasha. And then we drove to the hospital, and then we got out the car. And then Mommy had went and she had told us to sit down.
Mhm.
Sit down at the kids section in the hospital,
Yeah.
and then we went. And then we went. She went back there in the room, and then I guess she had the baby. I guess she had Cayden. And then
No, I ain't doing it.
no, I don't know. I don't know, but I
So
was
I'll
just,
pick up from there.
yeah.
So I was at work and I drive trucks. So I was actually at the yard pulling my truck out of the yard, and I got a phone call from Courtney. She said, Tyrone, I had to go to the hospital. Now she'd been to the hospital a couple times, but it was just something different about that time. I heard something different in her voice. So I turned the truck back. I didn't take the load out. Got in my personal vehicle and then headed straight to the hospital. So when I got there, Cameron and Carter was playing in the kids section. And so I'm thinking it's just a scare. So I started to feel like it was serious when the nurse said, do you have anybody to come pick up the kids? So I called my brother and he was right there. He picked up the kids and then it got deep. So you want to say your story about when you left the house and drove in the car?
My story was more, I don't know, everything was just like a big flash. Because it was like, it was like almost like labor. So it was like, I was having mild contractions. I went to the hospital. I went back. The doctors was like, you're in, pre-labor, like early labor. And it was just like, you're going to have this baby in a few hours. And that's what they explained to me. So with that, it was like, that's all they can do. There was no other options. So, yeah, it was scary. That's just how it was for me.
So they sent a team of nurses in there to talk to us before they sent the real doctor in there to talk to us. So the nurses, they was just like, the doctor be in here soon. How do you guys feel? And we like, we in the hospital. It don't look good. So, we feel the part, so to speak. So the real doctor came in and alright, so the real doctor came in and he is like, he bust a couple jokes. It was cool, try to lighten the mood. Then he said, listen, the baby is coming. He gave us certain percentages of, it's a 3% chance that if we try to resuscitate him, that we could actually resuscitate him and bring him back. It was a high up 90, it's like 98% chance that alright, this is harder than I thought. Alright, so it was like a 98% chance. 98% chance that if he was alive for the 3% chance that he'll have a long-term birth defect. He will have like all of his senses. So me and Courtney, he left me and Courtney alone in the room and said, "What do you guys want to do? You figure it out." So Courtney, being the mom that she is, the loving, caring mom that she is, she said, "I want to try to resuscitate our baby." And her emotions was going crazy, and I tried to keep it a little strong. So we made the decision to spend the few hours we could spend with him while he was alive. We didn't want him suffering through the surgery, and there'd be only a 3% chance of his survival, and then, so forth and so on. So I just explained to Courtney. I said, we give our kids, we try to do the best for our kids and give them every chance at life that we can give them. Cayden, he would not have that chance, if he had lost, at least 3 of his senses, or if he would have died while they were operating on him, we'd have never got to spend that time. So, all right, so long story short, we made the decision that we want to spend those few hours with them. Our kids were so young that we really, at the time, we thought that this would be something like that would change, that alter their life forever if we had them near. They were so young, I don't think they could have took that in. So they stayed at grandma's house. Sometimes I think back and say, I wish we'd have probably brought them along. Just thinking back, because they never ever got a chance to see him. They see us, they see him through the pictures, and they still feel like he's here with us. So, Cameron. All right. Let me. I'm gonna fast forward a little bit and go to Cameron. So when we came home, cause you kind of tricked us. When we came home, we said, listen, cause I was on the way home. I was just Googling how do we tell our kids that their sibling won't come home. So we found out a few things, sit them on that, comfort them. So we told the kids. So Carter, he was young, he was super young. He said, okay. I said, but y'all gonna go to grandma's house for a few days. Cayden's not coming home with us. He's in heaven right now. We went through the whole 9. And Carter said, I said, so me and mommy gonna spend a couple of days. We gonna let y'all go to grandma's house. So Carter was so young, he was like, we go to grandma's house? Yay! All right, so cool. Cameron, she would act like she was okay, or it felt like she was okay too, because she said, okay, could we still go to grandma's house? And we like, yeah, y'all gonna go to grandma's house. We just gotta figure things out real quick. So Cameron goes in her room. Now, Courtney, we're hurt at this point. Courtney goes to the mirror, and all I hear Courtney says, oh my God, Cameron. So Cameron was brave for that second, but she tried to hold it in. So she was in her room. She went in her room, and she started crying her eyes out, right? So I had to get up and go to her room, and I said, I was just saying, Cameron, I was just holding her. I didn't know what to say, because she was asking the same questions I was asking. She's like, why can't he come home? Why can't we get our brother? Like, things like that. And I had no answers for her at that time. All right, so we're going to rewind it a little bit, back to the hospital room. So my brother came and got the kids. It was just me and Courtney. The doctor came in with the news, the options, and we chose, like I said, to spend his few hours with him. And he was alive, he was moving, but they knew what was going to happen. So, do you want to take over? No, this rough.
It's hard.
Yeah. So, you alright, baby?
I just remember leaving the hospital and everybody, yeah.
All right.
Everybody was leaving the hospital with their babies, and we were. This all we left the hospital with. That was hard for us. So that's all I remember.
So she was over. So once he was delivered, we got to hold him for a little while.
Yeah.
Now the doctors had to come do some things with Courtney. So they had to make sure she was healthy. Or what was they pulling out?
We had a lot of complications, but they was trying to take my placenta out because my placenta wouldn't come out.
So it wouldn't come out. So it was just a world of emotions for me, because I'm sitting there holding our son, and
And I'm screaming.
she's screaming, and then all of a sudden I felt, my son get cold. So I looked down and he was turning blue. So it's like I hear my wife crying, and my son just died in my hands. So it was rough. So all right. So we had to stay at the hospital for a couple of days, and I'm gonna be honest, I got tired of hearing people say, God needed an angel. Everybody kept saying the same thing. couldn't really I wasn't really trying to hear that, you know. But it is what it is, and I know certain people try to help us out, but nothing could take the place of that feeling. Like, we came to the hospital, and when I was pulling out the parking lot, it just felt like we got robbed without a gun. It felt like it's like no justice served. It's not enough questions answered. So that's when we went home. Me and Courtney went home, and we was on the bed. We was crying for hours. We just went straight upstairs. The same clothes on, went straight upstairs, and we just held each other. We was just crying for hours, and then we woke up later, or maybe the next day or something like that. And so that's pretty much our story. We wanted to share with you guys. So that's pretty much what we're gonna be doing every year. That's been our tradition, you know. And Kay, she's lost because she wasn't even thought of.
Yeah.
So the other day when we was
That's our rainbow baby.
yeah, she's our miracle baby. So the other day when we let the balloons go, you know, Cayden was saying things like, "Is our cousins coming over so we can have a birthday?" Like, she totally don't get what's going on, but she will. We're all keeping this memory alive, and it helped us become stronger as a family. It helps us put family first. You know, sometimes the kids fight each other, you know, but they love each other to death, and that's what we try to protect. That's what we try to keep with us, you know. So yeah, I think that's pretty much it. You know, that was hard, and that's it. You got enough energy to close us out, buddy? Wait. You know what? Don't close us out yet. You want to tell a little bit about the box?
Yeah, I don't know. Just our box that we keep.
So that's the blanket
This was the box that they gave us at the hospital. This was the box that, this is the blanket that they gave us. Another blanket with the hat. And, this was, the footprints. That was his footprints. And, you know, the birth card, a few pictures. Yeah.
So that's a picture of us holding them. So later on, we're gonna actually get ready to cut the cake. We just couldn't do it the other night, so we're gonna cut the cake. This is Cayden looking at her older brother. So yeah, we're gonna cut the cake, sing happy birthday, and then we're gonna close this video out. Alright. Wait, Cam.
Yeah.
Baby girl, come on. We'll be alright. This is when Courtney was pregnant with Cayden. She this was the Christmas 2013. Courtney was pregnant with Cayden. We try to keep up on these pictures every year.
Girl, you trying to sabotage me? What is this?
Oh, it's good.
Hey, so we're gonna go ahead and sing happy birthday.
Yes.
Yep.
You ready?
All right, come on.
You ready, KK?
Come on.
Okay.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Cayden. Happy birthday to you.
Hey guys, hope you guys like that video. Make sure to subscribe, hit that thumbs up button, turn on notifications to be notified when we make new videos, and well, peace out. See ya.